Match day 10 is here. I can't believe that we are already at match day 10. This season seems like it's just flying by. We are going to change up how we go through these matches. Just to go through it a little bit quicker, I'm going to pick four matches to talk about in depth, and then I'm just going to give you my picks of the rest of them and not go through a whole bunch to cut down the video just a little bit for you and for me. But please let me know in the comments below if you like this new way or if you don't, and we can always go back to the old way. But we're going to start the video off with Sporting Kansas City versus St. Louis City. Currently, Sporting Kansas City, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. St. Louis City, 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. St. Louis is coming off of a win against Austin, but only a 1-0 victory over them. St. Louis needs to score more goals. Sporting Kansas City, on the other hand, played a great game against Miami, had a couple bad plays that ended up in goals for Miami, losing 3-2 there at Arrowhead Stadium. St. Louis has never went to Sporting Kansas City and won yet. Yes, they've only played 2 matches there, both times Sporting Kansas City winning that match. Right now, Sporting Kansas City are averaging 2 goals a match at home and allowing 2.2 goals at home. St. Louis are scoring 2 goals and allowing 2.6 goals on the road. I think we're going to see a high scoring match here, and I actually think that St. Louis go on the road and get a point. Yes, they are struggling to score, but Sporting Kansas City are allowing teams to score on them. I think that this match ends in a 3-3 draw there in Kansas City. The next match I want to talk about is Charlotte FC versus Minnesota United. This match will be on Sunday, and currently Charlotte are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Minnesota United, 2 wins, a draw, and a loss, 2 losses in their last 5 matches. They lost last week to Houston Dynamo at home. Houston's a good team, though, so I can't take that away from Houston, but Minnesota should have walked away with points there, especially at home. Charlotte at home beat Toronto 3-2. Probably should have beat Toronto a little bit worse because with injuries at Toronto, they should have done better. These two teams are fairly even, in my opinion. Charlotte, they're scoring 1.75 goals at home and only allowing around a goal a match on average. Minnesota United are scoring almost 2 goals and allowing 2 goals there on the road. Do I think that both of these teams are going to have that many goals? Not sure. The expectation is Charlotte 1.5, Minnesota 1.2. But I think Minnesota go on the road here. I think that they're a great team. I think that they're a good team even on the road. I think that they go on the road and get the win. I think that Charlotte is having a great season. So is Minnesota. But I think Minnesota go on the road here and win this match 2-1 over Charlotte. So the third match I want to talk about is Atlanta United versus FC Cincinnati. Currently, Atlanta 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5. Cincinnati 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Currently on a 2 match losing streak. They lost one at home and on the road in that span. Atlanta in the last 2 matches have drawn. They drew NYCFC on the road 1-1. They were up 2-0 on Philadelphia and allowed Philadelphia to come back and get a point there at home. So that sucks for Atlanta why they allowed Philadelphia Union to come back. Currently, Atlanta are averaging 2.7 goals there at home and only allowing 0.75. Cincinnati scoring 1.5 goals on the road and allowing 1.25. The expectations here, the expected goals is around 2 for Atlanta, about 1 for Cincinnati. And I actually have to kind of go with that expectation. I think that Atlanta get the job done at home with a little bit of a struggling Cincinnati here. And I think that they win that match 2-1 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then for that fourth match, I think probably the biggest match of the weekend, in my opinion, you have LAFC versus New York Red Bulls. Currently, LAFC 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. the Red Bulls 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Red Bulls are coming off of a draw 0-0 with Chicago at home, but that was due to a red card. I think that the Red Bulls would have won that match if there was not a red card in that match. LAFC drawing with Portland on the road. It is hard to play at Providence Park. Portland is a quiet good so far this season. I know that they struggled at the beginning, but they've kind of picked it up. So that I didn't expect LA to actually go in there and get a win, even though I think that I predicted them to. It's hard to play at Providence Park. Before that, they beat the Galaxy, and then for the Red Bulls, they go on the road and beat Cincinnati 2-1. So both of these teams having great seasons so far. LAFC are averaging about 2 goals a match, allowing 0.5. Red Bulls are scoring a goal on the road and allowing 1.2 goals there on the road. It's going to be a very even match. The probability is in LAFC's hands and favor. I think, though, LAFC hold on and get the victory. I think the Red Bulls, like I said, are a great side. They will be without Reyes because of the red card. I think LA get the job done at home and they win this match 2-1 over the Red Bulls. So then we just want to run down through the other games. We have CF Montreal against Orlando City. My boy Joseph last weekend gets a goal and an assist for Montreal at their first home match. I'm excited for them. They're playing against Orlando, but I think that Orlando's good. Orlando is starting to pick up where they should be, but I think Montreal are just as good, and I think Montreal defends that home, and they win this match 3-2 over Orlando City. Another good matchup, we have Columbus Crew versus Portland Timbers. Portland are traveling to Columbus. They have this game, then midweek after this game, they have their, the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So are they going to prepare for that instead of prepare for this match? I'm not sure, but I think with them playing at home, Cucho will be back. I think they win this match 2-0 over Portland Timbers. Moving on, we have Inter Miami versus Nashville SC. Nashville did have a bye week last week. Inter Miami go on the road and win 3-2 over Sporting Kansas City. I think Miami have no problem here. Nashville are just not the team that can play on the road. They're very inconsistent. I think Miami get the job done at home 3-1 over Nashville. So we head up north to NYCFC versus DC United. I think DC United are the better side, but NYCFC have kind of played pretty consistent in pulling out the draws and staying consistent that way, I guess. But I think that this match, I think DC United go on the road and get that point there in New York. And this game ends in a 1-1 draw. So even further north, we have Toronto FC versus New England Revs. There's not much to say about this. Both teams are not doing that great. I feel like Toronto is just a little bit better than the Revs, but I think that the Revs go on the road here, walk away with a point, and I think that this game also ends in a 1-1 draw. Moving on, we have Chicago Fire versus Real Salt Lake. I think Chicago's doing better this season than last season, but they're still kind of inconsistent. Real Salt Lake looking really good. Arango and squad, they're doing pretty well. But I don't think that they get the win on the road. Here's another one. I think, yes, my third draw in a row, but not at 1-1. I think that this match ends in a 2-2 draw there in Chicago. So moving on down to Texas, we have a 2 Texas team matchup. We have the Dynamo versus Austin FC. Dynamo miles ahead of Austin, but because this is an in-state rivalry, I don't think that it is that big of a miles ahead. I think that Dynamo, though, win this match at home 1-0 over Austin FC. Moving out west a little bit, we have Colorado Rapid versus FC Dallas. Again, Dallas are continuing to struggle due to all the injuries that they have. Colorado Rapids, they're starting to get their identity, in my opinion, playing well. Those new faces coming in. I think that we see Colorado win this match pretty easily, but not by a big margin. I think they win this match 1-0 over FC Dallas. Now, we go to Seattle for Seattle versus Vancouver. Seattle still inconsistent, in my opinion. I feel like they should be winning more. They have that 5-0 victory and then kind of just fall off again. I don't know what's going on there. Vancouver doing pretty well this season. I actually think here this is going to be one of my like upset picks, I guess you would maybe call it. Really just a road win. I think Vancouver go on the road and win this match 1-0 over Seattle Sounders. And then last but not least, we have LA Galaxy versus the San Jose Earthquakes. The Quakes have not won on the road. I I don't understand how they're so bad this season compared to what they did last year. I know that some things have changed and all that, but still, why are you this bad? I think the Galaxy get the job done at home pretty easily, and I think that they move on through with a 2-0 victory over the Earthquakes. So that is it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like this new format, or would you rather me go back to the old one? And also, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content, and we will see you for the live stream this weekend.